So again, good morning. Hope you are all doing well and safe. Today we're going to have our colleagues from SEGA who will be sharing their project, open project. So just some housekeeping before we start. So this is our 10th community meeting. So as I mentioned that we will be recording this webinar. The reason why we're recording them because we're uploading them on YouTube and Vimeo, and also on our DigiProject website and in the community section, and also on OPIN.me. Those of you who wouldn't want to show their faces and their names, you can switch off your cameras and change your names if you wish to. So as I mentioned before, today this is our 10th Open Community Meeting, and today it will be the presentation will be by SEGA. For those of you who are new to this network, you can write your name, organization, country, and on email, and maybe one sentence on what's your link with e-participation. You can do this on the chat to introduce yourselves. Today's topic is the importance of youth participation and e-participation in actual trends. And we're going to see how SEGA managed to combine online workshops with face-to-face meetings using Open to create smart ideas, to come up with quality ideas, which is really important. Soon the director of the coalition of SEGA Mr. Zoran Ilicic, I hope I pronounced your surname correctly, will be sharing some of these inputs which are here, and I look forward to hear your presentation. Then afterwards, Marice will continue with her presentation about the project, and also it's interesting because we're also going to have some of the young people who were actively involved in the project sharing their experience. So, Marice, if you want, I don't know if you need I'll stop sharing now. And yeah, and I give the floor to Zoran.
Okay, thanks very much, Simon. Good morning, everyone. And I hope that today we will have a fruitful discussion and sharing of experience in the terms of the e-participation. My name is Zoran Ilicic. I'm coming from Coalition SEGA from Macedonia. I'm the director of the organization, and in the meantime, together supporting the work of development of open activities here in Macedonia. On the beginning, I just want to say a few words in regard of the importance of the participation, especially in the democratic life of young people, but at the same time connecting with new trends or new challenges that we are facing in these few years that provide us a new vision, let's say, how to connect the different forms of participation in the way of getting the same impact of those processes. In general, the participation is an important tool that brings opinion of the main stakeholders towards the government or towards the politician in some way to influence them about their attitudes or their willingness about the specific situation. Speaking about the participation of young people in our understanding, it's a crucial process that brings young people opinion towards policymakers that regard their everyday issues. One of the steps how to improve our societies to look or to work more like young people needs is to provide new forms that the voice of young people can be heard by the policy makers. Participation is the tool that provides the policymakers same tool opportunity to understand much more the stakeholder needs. So therefore, the youth participation is a crucial tool to develop the youth policy on each of the levels, on national level, on local and regional level as well. This platform or these activities that we are involved specifically in the open understanding, it's a new way to improve the participation of the citizens in democratic life, but be in front of the new challenges that whole world has faced with the COVID-19, how to improve the participation of citizens in democratic life when the direct contact is not allowed. So open community, it's a new way to explore the possibilities of participation of the citizens in the different level of living. And I really believe that the open provide a new moments that will encourage citizens, young people especially, to participate in decision making or in policy making on the local level as well as of the national level. Piloting the open community or piloting the open platform provide all of us new elements for encouraging both sides, not just the young people, but and the policymakers, how to be closer in the situation where the physical contact is not possible. The open platform provides new vision for young people, how to express their willingness and how to make the influence, how to collect the opinion towards the policy creation. We as SEGA, but as a part of this team, testing the new opportunities of the platform, we are in the process that create a potential future for young people, bringing their opinion via online communication. For now, I will stop here in the terms of the getting opportunity to provide floor for the other people or other participants on this meeting, and wish you successful and fruitful work and discussion. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for your introduction. Now, Maric, you can proceed with the presentation of the project.
Thank you, Simon. Hello to all. I just want to thank everybody who is part of the meeting. It's our honor, and we are happy to share the results and from our pilot project that is running in Macedonia, and just to share our best practice and how we did it. In the terms of how we wanted to engage young people, and also on the other side the decision makers, so we made it the serial offline and online activities. So it was like a combination of the methods how we did it. But what is the unique our project? It was the main goal was to involve the young voters, the young people who were voting in the term of the now past, but in that period, the upcoming local elections. So I will share my presentation just to show you and through pictures and at the end some videos, just to show you how we went through the process and how we managed to influence the programs of the political parties from one side, and on the other side, how we managed to influence the program of the municipality in Prilep through the presentation of the young people initiatives that were given by and created by them as well. So I will try now to okay, I hope you are seeing the screen now. Just to check my technicalities. Okay. Our project as a nation was within the duration from 1st of March, but I can say that it's still going on, because now we are in the process of advocacy and also in the process of lobbying for some of the initiatives. But on the other side, we are still following the final program from the municipality that will be up to be updated, and also for the 2022. The goals of the project was to highlight the importance of the youth issues and their needs for the next local election in the municipality of Prilep. And on the other side, we had an aim to encourage young people and to involve them into the digital youth participation. I will go on shortly about the activities that we have. The project had the campaign who was going online. We held focus groups with the decision makers and other important stakeholders on the local level, and also the workshops with young people, and the meetings with local political parties, and also the decision makers from the municipality of Prilep. This combination of activities allow the young people and also the decision makers to be in closer contact, and the both sides could say, especially the young people could say their needs and also their interest, how to be more engaged, and what they had to improve on the local level. So in the period, we held 3 focus groups, which aimed to highlight the most important issues that young people have. The focus groups were held on different topics. It was about youth activism and participation, education and sport, ecology, culture, and animal protection. But also, besides this topic, we had a few more interested topics from the young people. So this process was highlighted because through the focus group, we created the topics of the initiatives that later were given to the municipality, and also they were published on OPIN for the participation and all of the process that is connected with OPIN. These are some photos from the activities. The focus group in that period were held online due to the pandemic situation, and the campaign also was going online. We had like this campaign on the social media, on Facebook, Instagram. We were posting a lot of information about OPIN and also about the initiatives, and we were promoting them. Also, the workshops that were held in the premises of SEGA for promotion of OPIN tools. On these workshops, a lot of people participated, and they were familiar with the OPIN tool and all of the options that it has. But also on the other side, they could practically use OPIN and also to vote on the initiatives and also to promote it. Later we can hear like the statement from our local volunteer Philip, and you can hear his experience, how it was his experience of familiarity, to get familiar with the OPIN and with the digital participation process. So I think it's going to be a valuable information. I will just go through the last activity that we have here in the within the project. It was the presentation of the position paper. Just one more second, please. Thank you. The presentation of the position paper, what we have done. These initiatives, the 7 important initiatives that were part of the that were created by young people, they were posted on OPIN. But beside that, we have created the position paper that was presented to the local government and also the local political parties in that period when they were creating their programs for the upcoming elections, and we have presented them, and the most of the initiatives were part of the programs of the political parties, and hopefully the most of them will be part of the program of the municipality in Prilep. So this is like the final event that we have, and after that we have the election in October. So I think this process was valuable through because we have we had the combination of online and offline activities, and on the other side we held the meetings with the young people and decision maker on local level, and I think these activities needs to continue in order to familiarize young people about the process and the participation in general, but also a participation is something new, and the OPIN allow it to do it on easier way. In the upcoming slides, I have some videos. They are short, but they were meant for promotion OPIN on local level, so we can just see them, and after that we can continue with the event. Thank you. This was the presentation of the project and of the activities that we have for our pilot project in Macedonia. The other partners have also piloting OPIN on local level, but they had different goals and different topics. But in general, the participation is going is in the term of involving young people in these processes. So we can, I think that experience is very important. And yes, I see Philip that is on. Philip, maybe you can share your experience. How was your expectation and what you have experienced within this project?
Thank you, Marica. Hello to everybody. I'm Philip. I'm a volunteer in SEGA since March. last year. Was part of the activities of this project, and I had a unique chance to learn more about e-participations. I have to admit that it was my first time facing this topic at the beginning, but after we started to plan the activities, I find that e-participation can be used in many forms. Grateful to the team of SEGA, I was a part of the implementation of the activities in the project, and also strengthened many skills in communication and moderation. The approach of the team, Marice, is that the young people involved in the activities can contribute more and give the charm, but also to hear the needs of the young people directly from the young people. Now I want to present what we have implemented by using young people who was involved to this project. And there was a few attempts of focus groups. So first one, I think that was education and sport. The second topic was about culture and ecology. And the third topic was about youth participation in our community. There was a few workshops who we have familiarize the young people with the forms of participation and the participation, and to involve them in the process. We was using the method of electronic youth participation using the tool OPIN. Especially the young people from the PRELEP proposed their idea and initiative to improve living condition, but also to promote democratic value and improve dialogue and communication of young people with decision makers. On the OPIN website, we proposed 7 ideas on all 7 initiatives were published by young people, which were most often mentioned in the focus group and which young people believe should be given priority. The project at the end enabled submitting initiative to local municipality of PRELEP and the youth of the political parties that will be involved in the upcoming local elections. In this phase, we are still following and waiting for the annual program of the municipality to see which of initiatives were adopted. As we follow the program of political parties, most of the initiatives were in their program. So as a mediator, I have found many ideas by young people. Also, I was mediator to the focus group of young people who are involved in our local political parties. They listen our ideas, especially with the volunteers from SEGA, and I think that have a big influence those open meetings to them, because I think 10 or 11 idea was accepted and they have put in their local programs for the local election who were in October. And after that, I think one of idea has started to plan for the beginning of 2022, and I think it's pretty much good that we have accomplished in 2 or 3 months.
Yes, thank you, Philip. In order to be easier and also to be understandable, I will share another presentation that will show the initiatives of the young people. Just 1 second, I need to find it. Okay, it is on Macedonian. Sorry, I didn't have time to to manage it, but I think from the pictures you will see it. Just 1 second. Okay. This is the initiative that young people voted for the Youth Cultural Club, which is important to have it on local level. And then again, related with the new law for participation that we have on local level, the initiative for active youth council, it's important as well, and the young people voted on this, and I think the municipality have already taken it as a part of the program. The third initiative was to open the cinema, the functional cinema on local level, which I think is the most important in the cultural life of young people. Then we had the initiative for pool, for indoor pool, which is, yes, the young people said that it is on high level that we have to have it on local level, and when they could go and spend their free time and also sport. I don't know the translation of it, but it's yes, it's connected with climbing, and yes, it's like something new sport that it will be like outdoor activity, and it will be able for all young people and kids to practice on it. And the last one was like more ecologic activities to have it on local level, and also to higher the importance of ecology. And the last one was to have the park for the pets, because we don't have it on local level, and the pets is like this issue is become more huger, because due to the pandemic there are a lot of people who have pets, and yes, there is really a need for this topic. I just want to present it shortly about the initiatives and also the ideas that young people gave it to us. I want to thank once more Philip about his statement, and Philip was from the very beginning included in this project, and he was helpful in a way as a young people who wasn't involved in the participation project till now. So it was nice to hear his statement. Now I will just announce Sara Miakuska. She is a representative of the Youth Council Prilep, the NGO organization, and also she was part of the training that we have within DG project. Welcome, Sarah, and the floor is yours, and you can give your thought about OPIN.
Good morning, everyone. Marice, thank you for introducing me. My name is Sara, and I'm part of the Youth Council Prilep. And as a part of youth organization whose main goal is to help the young people to become active citizens in the democratic society, I was really happy and grateful to attend the international training for electronic youth participation that took part in Struga, Macedonia. During the training, I gained new skills that I continue to use in my daily professional work. All the news I learned about the OPIN tool was of particular importance to me. On the OPIN tool can be found out countless activities carried out by young people from other countries, and also to see how are they progressing and which of their activities are already implemented. Also, the local volunteers and representatives of the youth in Prilep proposed several ideas that that also I really liked, and I'm always supporting them in their ideas. And it's really important to talk about their progress and And in short time, we can say that in really short period of time, great progress was made because of the fact that the activities proposed by the youth were set and that also were put on the open tool, were in the programs of the potential future majors of pre-lab. Also, I think that the open tool should be spread as many young people as possible and become something that will be used daily, like the other popular social networks. If young people start using the open tool in everyday life, they would have huge benefits to be more educated, to think more creatively, and also to share their views and their ideas with the others. Also, I wanted to say something that I'm really happy when I see that on the every activity I'm showing different comments, and that makes me really happy that the youngsters are really into the projects and the activities. And also the most important thing is that the community would benefit because there will be more educated youth, and also some of the proposed projects on the open tool will be implemented if they're supported by a number of organizations and authorities. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, very much. I think this was also important, like how for Sarah was nice to be familiar with OPIN and also with the digital process. Simon, what we have on the agenda next, you can take over.
So yes, I think that was very much interesting as well, seeing the links. So what we could do is maybe take some questions from those who are seeing following the presentation. I do have some questions myself, but what we can do is you can raise your hand, use the raise hand tool on Zoom, and maybe pose your questions. So in the meantime, that you can work up some of your questions. I was with when I received the information about this webinar today. One of the things that's popped out right away was the link with the political parties. Maybe can you elaborate further? How did you go about it? How did you manage to get political parties and young people in touch with each other to discuss some of these ideas being proposed?
The political parties on local level, they have all how do I say like the local offices and the local representation of that political parties. And in this project, we were targeting each political parties have a youth sector, I can say. And in this term, we were targeting the young people who are involved in the political parties, and we just organized the meetings with them to introduce OPIN and our project. And I think it was somehow for the first time that NGO is going on in the creation of their programs. What was important for us was to highlight the importance of the young people needs on local level. And it was like more in the term, okay, you are going to create the programs, but have you asked young people what do they really need? And it was like interesting for them, and it was on the other side surprising for us how they were open for collaboration, because sometimes it's difficult to reach them and to make some kind of collaboration. In this term, it was going on in a good way. and they just hear our project, and they were so happy to see the young people that have the initiatives, and like they were active, and they were like open to talk with everybody. So I think this process needs to be highlighted in the terms that these actions and these activities should continue whenever there is the local election, or maybe the national election, that are going in the terms of having the view and sight of the young people needs. I think it is important, and we should have like more activities in this term, and maybe some of the countries and of the participants who are part of this meeting, and maybe wider, could take this project as an example, and they could also pilot it on local or national level. So the communication was going on, and I can say it was the first time for us to be initiators and to have this collaboration with the political parties.
I think that's a quite an interesting approach, and I also like the fact that you gather the ideas. If I understood well, you gather the ideas, then you present them into a document, which shows certain professionality as well. How you would present your ideas to the political parties as well. Again, I have more questions which I would like to ask Marice, Sarah, and Philip. But I'm curious if there are any questions from the, I think, Anita, I think.
Yeah, I have one question. Marice, how hard was it for you to motivate young people to be active in this project? Because I think this is always a challenge.
Yes, it was a challenge. We started the project in the pandemic situation, and the young people we just engaged. It was a challenge, but we from the other side we had the young people who were involved in this project stayed in our organization as a volunteer. So Philip was one of them, and one young person who was part of that group. We just published a call that we're gonna start the project, and we are looking for young people who are activated and who will be part of the activities. At the beginning, we had around 10 young people who just announced their participation in the project activities. We had the meeting, and after that it was the engagement of the young people who were part of the workshops, and who were part of the focus group was mainly also in collaboration with the local organizations, the high schools, the youth organization within high schools. So I think it was more like a wider network that we use on local level. I think it is important if you want to spread the word about some interesting tool and interesting project, and to involve the young people. So yeah, we did it in the collaboration with the local stakeholders on local level. On local level, and there were also NGOs and the faculty as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Any more questions or curiosities, or maybe you have a shared experience that's similar? Yeah, Petra?
I would like to ask Marice how the political parties, so the adults, accepted these 7 initiatives. Will you have a youth club? Will you have young active Council.
Thank you, Petra, for your question, and nice to see you and talk to you. The political parties, in the most of the programs of the political parties, we have the youth club and also the youth council as a part of their programs. At the moment, we do not have active club and also active youth council because the major is recently new, and we expect it in the following year to work actively and also to lobby for these activities to happen. When there is a change of the major on local level, I think the most of the things are changing in the municipality and the people also who work. But for now, we didn't have active youth council on local level, but we are looking forward to help in the process and also to lobby for this because it is really important. Really important. What is happening on the national level in Macedonia since last year, since 2020, we have the new law for participation, which somehow allows the municipalities and also the other stakeholders to create this kind of youth bodies within the municipality, and they are obligated by law, and they have like all in the terms of how like it is more like terms how to create them on the transparent and open way. So I'm sure in the upcoming period, and I see the next year as a very productive to work on this field, and also like to have the active youth council and active youth club on local level. Just our role from now on is to be like watchdog and also to lobby for these activities to happen.
Thank you. I still have another question. This new law which you mentioned is on participation of children.
Is on youth participation in general, yes, and it takes part of the participation of children within the primary and high schools as well. And within this law, there is also the terms and condition how to create the youth organization within the primary schools and how to elect the president and everything. So yes, it is wide and it is connected with the youth and also the kids in the primary and high schools, yes, with the minors as well and their participation.
Yeah, well, that's great, because in Slovenia we don't have a special law or a special national strategy for children's participation. So the NGOs, we are fighting for children's participation and for children to be heard, because they have fine ideas and fine proposals. But the big problem is because the adults don't really listen to children.
Yeah, yeah, I think that was somehow it is still kind of an issue in our country as well. But I think in this, like the law for primary schools and the law for participation will give us like the right direction how to do it and properly do it. Mainly for the kids, participation is connected with the Convention for Child Rights, and yes, and this law give us like wider field to work on. So I'm sure, yes, somehow we can just share the experience, or maybe share the information more about this, Petra, if you need more information how it was done. It was done with the strong lobbying activities of the NGOs and on national level. So yeah, it was going like through the years, but somehow we managed it.
Okay, I do have one other question, and I think something that's really I really liked about what you were sharing is that during the project you also allowed time and thought of making young people familiar with OPIN, with the online tool. Maybe I don't know if you, Marice or Philip, can share a bit what did you do from the photos we saw. Some activities you did, but maybe you can expand, because I think that's also an interesting thing, that making young people aware of the platform itself and how to use it.
Yeah, Philip have some technical issues. I can tell about these questions. What we did, it was like a social network campaign that had impacted somehow the young people to be familiar with the OPIN platform. On the other side, and on the other side, we had these workshops and also the presentation of the OPIN on each of the activities that we have, and the workshops where the young people could practically open OPIN, and also they could log in and they could find the initiatives. I think that part was the most interesting for them, like to experience and to see that OPIN had the option, like the social networks, they could like, they could vote, they could make the comments. And I think this was the most interesting part of them. And besides our presentation, they were just sharing experience between them. And whenever you show to one person, and it is like they were acting like multipliers, and they were just sharing this information. But I think it was like active campaign and the combination of activities that were for the promotion of OPIN.
Yes, I think that's quite interesting, and I think that's one of the ways how we can also go around and make young people aware of these digital tools, because again, I think in most of our countries there is this opportunity to participate online, but maybe the added value of OPIN is more youth friendly, and it's created and developed in a way which appeals to young people. So before we close, what I would like you to do is maybe in the chat you can. I'm noticing that Tina has another question. And before I take that question, in the meantime, what I would invite the other participants is to share what else you would like to gain from these webinars about e-participation, use of OPIN, and these kind of and other related themes. So in future, in our next webinars, we can also focus on the needs that you're sharing with us. Tina, you can go ahead and ask your question or pass your comment.
I don't have any questions, but I just want to share my thoughts with you about your pilot, Marice. There was two things that was in my mind when you were going through your presentation. And the first one is how important it is. I know we are talking about e-participation, but how important it is to have a personal contact with the youth, and to encourage them and have these online meetings, and that you have really personal contact with them. And the second thing is how important it is to have this one connecting person or connecting organization like SEGA, like your organization, Marice, to connect the both sides, the young and the decision makers. And I think that this is one really important thing. So you did a great job, Marice.
Thank you, Tina, and thank you for your questions. Regarding the first questions, our personal contact and personal touch with the young people is the most important. What we have created within this project on the open call, like those 10 young people who came here to participate in this project, they become like local volunteers. And these local volunteers, we motivate them and we just explain the process in detail, how it was going. So they were acting like, I don't know, like the local motivational young people, and they were just make the network of the young people like more visible, and they were just on each meeting there were more and more young people coming. So I think it is important like to get these young people to act as local ambassadors or somehow to promote and to spread the word about the project and what is going on, and what is the information going on about this. On the other side, we as an organization, we have worked with young people, and on the other side, we have worked with the decision makers. I have to admit that with decision makers, it's not too fun, so fun to work on, because sometimes it is difficult to find them, it is difficult to explain them, but we were still targeting like their openness for collaboration, and like the youth sector of the political parties was there, and they had to be part of this. So yes, and regarding the municipality, for now, we as an organization, we have great collaboration, and I think that collaboration will remain. But still, I think the process needs to go on and on. It is something that we should think about as our organization, and maybe the other organizations who are involved in this kind of processes, is that we cannot stop here. We have to continue and to work on this because it is important, and each young people doesn't know how to participate. So our role will remain as this. Thank you, Tina.
So thanks again, Marice and Sega, for sharing your project and an interesting approach to how you manage to involve young people in presenting their ideas using online and offline tools. And also, I think the interesting part, as a lot of us commented on, linking with the political parties, who, after all, eventually, when they will be in power, they will have the tools to implement these ideas. Again, thank you for joining and managing still to find a way around meeting each other, though we had some technicalities before we started. I would like to invite you to if you have not, and also encourage your colleagues and other partners to register for our newsletter. And also you can get in touch with us, even if you have some would like to share your experiences with e-participation, or more so you would like us to organize something more specific, you can send us an email on community@opin.me. Thanks a lot. And besides wishing you a nice day, I would like to take this opportunity to wish you a nice festive season and a nice start to the new year. Hopefully, COVID will how we say, leave us a bit alone so we can meet more face to face rather than just online. Have a nice day, and I wish you all well.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you all.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.